Testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Got nothing?
Nothing.
Hello, hello. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Testing.
Should be 50.
Oh, is it 50?
Best of 3 is 50.
Okay. Testing. Seems to be okay now.
So you can actually hear through it? Sounds like there's a bunch of static in my ear. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Just in the left ear. I don't know if that's something going on or.
I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from.
Okay.
This is our backup equipment.
I got you. Because it doesn't seem like I'm even registering any. I got nothing going on here. May just have to do it without commentary. Yeah. Wait, is this even the right headset? Because you put that one down and it spiked over here.
Yeah, so that's the problem with this board. We bought this board, and no matter what, even if you mute stuff on here, you'll still hear it. That's why I had to disconnect the player mic, because you would just hear everything.
Everything.
So it's annoying.
I got you.
So it's probably just like coming from somewhere.
All right.
But if you can deal with the static,
Yeah.
stop it, go at it.
Okay. Just make sure the chat can hear me then, I guess. That way I can tell if we're actually got sound going through. All right, guys. If you can hear me over in the chat, let me know.
That's going. We're good.
Okay. All right, guys in the chat, if you guys can hear me, let me know if you can hear me in the through your microphones. Had a little bit of audio issues here. Just gotta make sure everything's good to go before we start everything. Speaking-wise, match already is in progress, so just want to make sure everything's okay. Just want to go ahead and say that again. If you guys can hear us in the chat, let us know. We're just kind of trying to figure out if we have any audio issues here or not. think anybody in the chat doesn't even hear me. I've said a few things. I've even put it in there. Somebody said this because they know I'm streaming, obviously, but I'm not getting anybody responding to the sound of it. Okay. All right. So I'll just act like it, whatever. It's fine. All right, guys. Not sure if you guys can hear me or not, but we're going to go ahead and continue here. We are already in progress. Round 2 of the ARG 2016 Invitational. Those of you who don't know, my name is Chris, a.k.a. Professor K of the Pokemon Evolutionaries, and currently we have the match versus Ryan Allred and Nell Williamson. Looks like we've got Greninja versus Yveltal here. So we join it kind of in the middle of the match here. Okay. All right, I'm getting confirmation you guys can hear all right, so we're going to go ahead and continue. As I said, so we joined the game in progress here. We've got a pretty good setup here on the Greninja side. Already got Talonflame active now, a couple Frogadiers down on the board, and a Froakie as well. Yveltal obviously is an extremely strong deck right now. It is definitely one of the top decks. It's done very, very well in a lot of the recent tournaments, especially London, for instance. That was just kind of crazy how well Yveltal has really just taken over Yveltal Garb. But the Invitational here today, we've got a decent mixture of decks. Obviously, Ryan chose to pilot Yveltal, and Neil's got Greninja. So right now we've got him searching his deck here. We've got a Greninja coming down the board from a dive ball. So we're really getting close to starting to get things set up well here. Nell over here deciding what it is he wants to do next, taking his time, making sure he makes the right choice. Greninja is a bit of a strategy deck, so definitely want to make sure you make the right plays. We've got a Splash Energy come down on a benched Greninja. And there goes a Team Flare Grunt, discarding a Darkness Energy off of his active Yveltal. And he goes ahead and hits it for 40. Searching for those two cards he wants to take out of his deck right now. Obviously, he's going to go for... If I were to guess, I can't see very well what he is searching through there, but I would say he would definitely want to get a Greninja break for next turn at the very least. And if he doesn't have any energy in his hand, but I see a Stadium come down as well, so should see an interesting play next turn as long as Ryan doesn't play an N on him here. All right, so Ryan draws for turn. He draws into a Lysander there. Got a pretty decent hand set up. He's got Enhanced Hammer in hand. He could get rid of that Splash Energy, which he goes ahead and does right there. So Splash Energy gone off of that Greninja. Via Seeker come down for N. Attaches a DCE to his Yveltal. It's already got a Fighting Fairy Belt on it. Plays the N, so basically their Talonflame for the extra 2 cards was absolutely worth nothing there. All those cards going right back into his hand. I want to welcome you guys here. I see some new people coming in. Welcome to the ARG Invitational 2016 stream here. We have Ryan Allred and Nell Williamson. Yveltal versus Greninja. All right, so both players are going to be drawing here, and looks like it's hard to see what their hand is there, but let's take a look. All right, so he's going to put down a Trubbish, I'm sure. Obviously, getting out Garb is key in this matchup against Greninja. That is its biggest way of stopping this deck. Here comes an Ultra Ball down. Lysander. It looks like a Lysander and a Delinquent going in the discard pile. And he's going to be searching through his deck here for a Shaman. Just wants to make sure he checks through his deck, see what he's got left in there. Make sure there's nothing prized that he needs later on. All right, so he's definitely going to play that Shaman down here in just a second. Allred gets hand size down to 2. Going to draw 4 cards, drawing up to 6 there. And there is the Garb he's going to need for next turn. So that is going to be very, very helpful. He does have what appears to be a tool in hand as well. He could do that next turn as well if in lieu of a Floatstone, because obviously Greninja, you're going to want to shut down those abilities as much as possible. All right, looks like Ryan's going to play. Considering whether to play that Ultra Ball or not, I think he's going to. Okay, he throws away a couple Darkness Energies, actually. Going to search here through. Probably going to go get another Yveltal EX. Perfect. He's definitely at risk with the potential of Greninja Breaks coming in. If he's got 2 Greninja Breaks and 2 energies and hits for damage here, that Yveltal is going to be in trouble. Fighting Fury Belt will definitely prevent a knockout in most cases, but best to be prepared, of course. All right, so we got a Fighting Fury Belt come down on that Yveltal on the bench, and he's going to go ahead and hit for 110 damage there on that Talonflame. All right, so we got a Greninja Break, and he throws down the E-Hammer right there. Oh, that's a tough break for Ryan there, getting rid of that DCE. That definitely hurts. All right, Nell's going to play a Dive Ball here, probably to go get that last Greninja Break to get that set up. There it goes, down on the board. So he's got both Greninja Breaks set up right now, which is definitely important with the threat of Garb on the horizon. He really starts to needing to get off those giant water shurikens here. Definitely has to start dealing as much damage as possible, because once that Garb comes down, that ability shut off, it definitely will hurt him very much in the long run here. So he's going to Lysander that Trubbish. Perfect. That's going to take care of that problem right there. Lysander in hand. And going to hit it for 40. Now, unless Ryan can draw out to a Floatstone here, he's definitely in some trouble not being able to get out of that active position in time. That Talonflame will take a knockout otherwise. And Nell's going through his deck, of course, to get his 2 cards off of the attack as well. It looks like he's found what he wants there. All right, Ryan draws return, so he draws into a Sycamore. He does have another DCE in hand, so he can attach, evolve, and Sycamore for a fresh hand of 7, potentially still getting that tool card that he needs, whether it be a Floatstone or a Fighting Fury Belt. He can attach it to Garb, but he definitely wants the Floatstone more than anything, of course, because he will not survive another turn if Greninja Break comes up with some energy. All right, so there goes Garb and Sycamore for a fresh hand of 7. Got Shaman, Max Elixir, Dark Energy, another Max Elixir, looks like a Lysander, and another Garb. So not what he needed there, unfortunately, but he could play a couple of those Max Elixirs and eventually play down that Shaman. So Max Elixir hits. He's going to attach to the benched Yveltal that does not have any energy attached to it yet. Got a DCE on Shaman. Should still have a few Darkness Energy left in his deck there to be able to hit with another Max Elixir here. I'm sure he's going to play them out. That way he's able to play down that Shaman. He's got to get out of that active position. It's very, very important to get out of that active position in order to continue the game here in his favor. So another Max Elixir comes down, and this one also hits as well. So we have an Yveltal powered up, ready to use. Ready to use an attack here, so it should not be a problem getting attack off once he can get that Garb out of the active. Still digging for that Floatstone here once he plays out those Max Elixirs. All right, one more Max Elixir here. If he hits on this one, that would be fantastic. There we go, another one. All of them hit. That is very, very unusual this far into the game. His deck is about halfway thinned out, so not impossible, but unlikely to hit that many in a row. Definitely a good thing for him. All right, so we see an energy come down on Greninja Break here. And also a bursting balloon. That is one of the dangerous things of Greninja. Bursting balloon, you're going to hit yourself for 60 if you attack it. And here comes an Ace Trainer. All right, so Greninja obviously hasn't taken any prizes yet, so Ace Trainer can come down, and he will draw 6. Ryan will draw 3. One of the lethal cards of Greninja Break as far as supporters go. Ace Trainer. Usually you're not going to take the first prize, and you're really punishing your opponent to a small hand size. Hopefully that hand of 6 comes down for something that's useful here. All right, so he's going to retreat Talent Flame into Greninja Break here. Does not have... He has 1 energy he can do here to Giant Water Shuriken on the Garb. So the Garb is gone, and that is a tough blow for Ryan. Absolutely 100%. That Garb is one of the key factors to winning here in this matchup. The prize exchange is just not favorable for Yveltal without Garb in play. And you see Ryan promoting Shaman here, obviously trying to avoid that Bursting Balloon. Once Shaman uses its attack, Sky Return, you're not going to take any damage from that Bursting Balloon coming back into your hand. So there's a Moonlight Slash for 80. Taking the energy back into his hand here. All right, so it looks like he's drawn into a DCE. There's that Float Stone that he could have used earlier to get that Garb out of the active that was not able to hit earlier. Just very unfortunate in that case. And that Enhanced Hammer in Ryan's hand right now is going to render him completely useless without any splash energy down on the board as well. But he's going to try another Max Elixir here. 4th one. Will it hit this time? Can you get lucky 4 times in a row? And it looks like no on that case. So, can't hit all the time. Got plenty of energy on the board anyways. There's obviously energy in the discard pile. All right, that DCE comes down on that Yveltal. Very, very strong looking Yveltal over there. Very, very powered up. Going to deal a ton of damage here. But Ryan's going to go ahead and Sky Return, getting rid of that damage. Putting the Shaman back into his hand. Not taking anything off Bursting Balloon. Bursting Balloon's going to pop off of there and render it completely useless. There goes the Enhanced Hammer, getting rid of that DCE that Ryan just attached, unfortunately. And down comes a Faded Town as well, which doesn't have any significance here in this particular matchup. No Mega Pokemon in play, so it's mainly just to counter that Parallel City. There goes the Bursting Balloon. Alright, so Giant Water Shuriken comes down for Yveltal here, 60 damage. Bursting Balloon comes back out of his hand. Nell's going to go through his discard pile here, see what's in there for resources. And there goes a Sycamore, getting rid of Via Seeker, Greninja Break, and another Sycamore. With 2 Greninja Break in play, you can switch back and forth and just Giant Water Shuriken twice and then deal the attack, which is extremely strong. Greninja's a very tough deck to beat. Alright, so we see a Super Rod. Gonna shuffle back in that Greninja Break that he just threw away. a Frogadier, and a Greninja. So the entire Greninja line minus Froakie going back into the deck. There's an Ultra Ball. Throws away a Talonflame. Trying to decide that last card there. And a Splash Energy. Obviously knows he's subject to enhanced hammers here. Gets the Frogadier back. Those two going back into the deck. All right, so Nell here is going to, looks like he was going to attach a Water Energy there. And yes, he did. He attached it and went ahead and Moonlight Slash for the 80 damage back into his hand. So a Yveltal there with 140 damage on it, Fighting Fury Belt attached, so it has 210 HP minus out the 140, 70 damage left. Giant Water Shuriken is not going to knock it out, but if Ryan chooses to attack the Greninja Break here with the Bursting Balloon on it, it's going to take 60 and be very susceptible to a Giant Water Shuriken knockout. Definitely have to be very, very careful in that sense of what to do here. He attached to the Yveltal on the bench and is going to play Shaman for 3 cards. The only way to get around that Bursting Balloon, as he did before, was to attack with Shaman, Sky Return, but he's already attached for turn now, so that's not going to be possible anymore. He's going to have to probably, all right, he's going to play a Delinquent. That is definitely rough. Delinquent, nothing left. Oh boy. There goes that Faded Town back into the discard pile. Delinquent discards the stadium, and now he is out of cards in his hand. Without any energy there, that hurts. That is a very, very strong play. So Bursting Balloon is going to make him take the 60 damage, putting him up to 200 in total damage. He's got 10 HP left. And Greninja takes 100 damage. It's that Y Cyclone. Alright, so he's going to evolve into Greninja here. Can't really do anything else but switch into Talonflame and take the knockout. Not necessarily such a bad thing. Hitting for 40. He's going to take that. 2 prizes for him here. And Yveltal goes down, but Ryan was smart to play the Y Cyclone, save that DCE for his other benched Yveltal to come up for the next turn. He has a powered up attacker ready to go. And now he's deciding which 2 cards he wants to take off of the attack from Talonflame. And while we're playing the invitation here, we do have another Pokemon tournament going on here for ARG, as you guys may have heard the announcement for as well. Another standard tournament qualifier for the next invitational.
Hard fight Vanguard Invitational. You guys may begin round 1. Can I have everybody who has around the line point to the center stage, please?
Alright, so he broke Shaman here up against Talonflame. He's going to attach the Float Stone and a DCE to it. In this case, Fright Night Yveltal really doesn't do anything for him here. So he's just going to toss it here along with Garb. So he's got his first Shanna 7 here. A couple of VS Seekers, it looks like. Got a Float Stone, a Darkness Energy, Pokemon Center Lady, and hard to see what the last card is. Looks like the Fright Night Yveltal has returned. So we're going to see a Sky Return come down here for 30 damage and the knockout on Talonflame.
Series players, I have a few quick announcements. Thank you for your patience. First things first, you guys will be following the normal.
Giant Water Shuriken here on Yveltal will deal the 60 damage, putting it up to 100. He's going to be able to switch Giant Water Shuriken in attack, and that's going to be game here with that Fisherman getting those water energy out of the discard pile. Giant Water Shuriken definitely will end the game for him there. So there goes that game in the favor of Greninja. And as the players set up here and get themselves set up again.
At the beginning of each round, I will tell you what the current time is at the start of the round. You will have 4
minutes. There, go to the chat here real quick. Yes, today on this channel we will be streaming just Pokemon here, so you guys know. This is the 2016 Circuit Series Invitational.
Your assistant head judge is Manny Velez in the black and red shirt. He'll be able to answer any appeals. If you have a question for a judge, raise your hand, call for judge, leave your hand up. When the You can ask for an appeal if you disagree. At which point they will come and grab Manny or myself. Our ruling
Fix
is
that real
final.
quick.
We may not
All right,
make
so we
a
got
deal.
1-0.
There's 175 of
Nell.
you. That is going to be 8 rounds of switch cut to the top 16 players. That said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Circuit Series players, please place your
Oh, yeah, I didn't
sticks
fix that.
down.
Yeah, this needs to be flipped too.
Oh, no, that's
Ryan, yeah, Ryan's over there.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the flip there.
The judges will walk around and collect them.
I wasn't sure how to do it.
No, it's fine.
But,
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, when I switch cameras to the 3 cameras.
Oh, you're good. We haven't used the 3 cam in a while on here, so that's why.
Okay.
And then.
That said,
Yeah, Nell. Or Ryan's over there. Nell's over there. Yep.
12:17. You have 40 minutes. You may begin.
All right, there we go. Perfect.
Hold on. There we go. All right.
Perfect. All right, cool. That works. All right, now that we have managed to fix the cameras here, got the right names for people, we're going to go on to game 2 here, and they are currently setting up. Looks like the Greninja player here, Nell, has mulliganed, so Ryan is going to be able to take an extra card here, provided that he doesn't mulligan again, as we set up here. All right, so looks like Nell has mulligan again, so there's 2 cards here that Ryan can take. Obviously, you can choose whether or not to take them, but it would be foolish not to in this case. All right, let's see if Nell can get a basic this time. Looking for Froakie or Talonflame here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Once again, another mulligan. 3 mulligans. Pretty common thing for a Greninja to mulligan this many times. Obviously, you're only playing a few basic Pokemon. Usually 3 or 4 Froakie, depending on the deck. And then you can play anywhere between a 1 to 4 Talonflame as well. Talonflame's ability allows it to start as a basic Pokemon. So it's kind of hard to start with something. You just mulligan a lot, give your opponent a lot. You just have to hope that you're going first and that you're able to end your opponent out of those cards before they get to have some kind of explosive start. So it looks like here we do have a starting Pokemon. I believe that was a Froakie. Pretty quick to see, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was. So we do have a Pokemon here for him. Ryan's going to be able to take 3 cards there off that mulligan. And starting with Fright Knight Yveltal. All right. So we see Ryan throw down the Trubbish there onto the bench. Again, the key win condition here for Ryan is to set up Carb and keep it going. Prevent those giant water shurikens from destroying this poor Yveltal deck. But we see an N come down here, so he played it on himself here. So both players are going to shuffle their hands into their decks here and draw 6 at this beginning of the game. Looks like Ryan didn't get exactly what he needed there off of those extra few cards. All right, so Ryan has a few options here that you can do. First and foremost, going to play that Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and pick a trainer card you find there. Put it in your hand as long as it's not Trainer's Mail. Mulling over what choice to pick here. You got the VS Seeker for end next turn if you wanted to. Could take a Sycamore, but it looks like he's going to take an Escape Rope here, because that Fright Knight Yveltal really isn't going to do him a lot of good. Since Greninja doesn't play any Shamans, usually that's what that is for. You're going to hit for EX Pokemon on the bench as well as the active. Doesn't work quite so well on Greninja. Greninja being pretty much the only deck in the format that's not really using Shaman right now. All right, so Ryan passes there to Nell for the first turn. And we see a Dive Ball. Going to get another Froakie out. Make sure that that one at the front doesn't get donked and end the game for him. Obviously, during the first search of the game, you want to make sure you go through your deck and make sure that you have what you need there. Nothing important is prized. First search of the game is always where you want to do that. Important to know the contents of your deck. All right, so there's the bench to Froakie, as we said, and it looks like Nell's going to go ahead and play an N of his own here. Looking for some energy. That's the unfortunate thing about going second with Greninja. Pretty much all you can do is just bubble on the first turn. But sometimes that can save you from being donked if you only have one Froakie in the first place.
All right, Yu-Gi-Oh! Invitational players. The time is 12:22. Welcome to round 2. You have 40 minutes. You may begin.
All right, both players draw their 6 cards here. There goes that water energy on Froakie. He's going to use Bubble here, and can't see what that dice roll was. That went off of my camera. Not sure if that was heads or tails. Couldn't tell. Looks like it was a tails. So Ryan will be able to attack this turn. Froakie is susceptible here to a knockout should he be able to get into the correct cards. All right, Ultra Ball goes down for Yveltal, EX. All right, so Ryan's going to play a Max Elixir here, looking for some energy for that Yveltal, and he finds a Darkness Energy, 3rd card in that stack, and attaches it to that bench Yveltal. And also attaches a DCE here as well. Evolves into Garb. Garb is now active and fully ready to go. Float Stone, no abilities whatsoever. That is very, very hard for Greninja to work with without Lysander and attacking here. Garb is 100 HP, so you're not going to be able to knock it out with a Moonlight Slash, only dealing 80 damage. You're going to need to put extra damage on it somehow, 2 attacks, or have somehow, well, if Garb could attack Bursting Balloon, but that is not the case here. So it's going to take a 2-shot on Garb. Definitely a difficult thing for a Greninja player to do without its abilities. Another Max Elixir comes down successfully. Ryan's in a pretty good position here to retreat, throw away that DCE, and take out that Froakie. So Nell in a bit of a spot here with a lone Froakie. And there's a Frogadier, so he will get his Frogadier set up on the bench. Hopefully he doesn't have too many of those prized in for his sake for water duplicates. But first he's going to play down an N. Only had 2 cards left in hand. Bringing his hand size back up to 6, and Ryan's down to 4. Or 5, I should say. Sorry, not 4. All right, there goes a Dive Ball. Looking for another Froakie probably here. We'll play a Trainer's Mail here. Looks like he's going for a Fighting Fury belt.
For several players, that is time in the round. Active player finishes turn. You get 3 additional turns. For several players, that is time in the round. Card So posting your bearings and your players, please. Again, posting the players to the series.
All right, there you go. Take down the Frogadier. Gonna take his prize card there. And there goes the Frogadier again. So evolves into a Frogadier here from his hand. There goes Greninja. Bench a Froakie. And an Ace Trainer comes down. Definitely well needed here for Nell. Greninja needs a miracle comeback here at this point. That Yveltal is powered up, ready to go. No abilities for Greninja whatsoever. Definitely going to be very hard to come back from this. All right, so Nell's going to draw 6 cards here, and Ryan is going to get his 3. Ryan getting a pretty decent hand off of that 3 cards, actually. Access to a VS Seeker and a DCE. Pretty solid from getting his hand size dropped down to 3 like that.
I disconnected. Because the connection isn't good enough. I'm fixing the Wi-Fi.
All right, so Nell attaches a bursting balloon to that Froakie there. Going to punish the Yveltal for attacking it. Good defensive move there in this case. There goes another DCE to the active Yveltal, just piling on. And there's a VS Seeker for that Greninja. Yeah, can't come back from that. So it looks like Nell is going to go ahead and just scoop here. Scoop the game to Ryan. So we're going to go back out here to our 3rd cam here. And there goes the win for Ryan on that one. So we're up to a 1-1 matchup here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's a great TO Austin, and I realized Austin was also on. I'm like, all right, get away.
There you go. All right, so 1-1 tie game here. Going into game 3. Both players getting ready to set up here for their last match here of the round. That is definitely the key win component, though, as I said. You know, setting up that Garbodor really, really hurts Greninja badly, and Ryan had it set up way too fast for Nell to make a comeback from. That is the biggest hope here for Greninja. Just got to make sure to power up fast enough to beat that Garb and start using those giant water shurikens as quickly as possible. That is the power of Greninja, hitting those extra damage for not even attacking, getting rid of water energy for 60 like that. And if you set up 2 of them and switch back and forth, I mean, you're dealing 60, and then you can switch out, giant water shuriken again, hit for 60, then attack for 80. You're dealing, you know, 200 damage there. It's just really, really strong. And not only that, but if you've got Bursting Balloon and your opponent's going to attack you, they're going to knock themselves out if they haven't been knocked out already. So abilities are definitely a big thing for this deck. Myself being a Greninja player for quite a long time, I know the hardships of facing against Garbodor the way that he's having to do here now. In Game 1, managed to beat it without an issue. Game 2, could not avoid that Garb. And now going into Game 3, let's just see what happens here. All right, once again, Greninja mulligans. Ryan's got his basic Pokemon down in the active. You can never know how many turns you're going to mulligan as a Greninja player. I know from personal experience, there was a time where I had mulligan 10 times in a row in a tournament. Fortunately, I was going first, though, and was able to play an N. So, in this case, you just have to hope, as if you're Nell in this case, if you mulligan a bunch of times, at the very least, that you're going to play an N and get rid of those cards out of their hand. All right, let's see if Nell can get into a basic Pokemon here this time around. Looking for a Froakie or a Talonflame, and I see the Talonflame. That is the ideal start here for Greninja.
Sorry about that earlier, Josh.
All right, gonna try once again here. Surprised he didn't put that down, actually. But he's got his basic Pokemon this time around and also one on the bench. Trying to decide whether or not he wants to leave that one there. Hard to say. There we go. All right, so we're going to start the match here. Talonflame versus Yveltal EX here. And we've got a Froakie down as well. All right, so Ryan's got a Floatstone here. See, Trubbish is already down. So if he can set up Garb on turn 2, again, that's going to spell some big-time trouble for Nell. Gonna play Trainer's Mail here. Got access to a few different options. Do that, take the Max Elixir, take an Ultra Ball. Looks like there's a third Trainer's card there. Can't quite see what that is. Looks like he's probably going to go for the Ultra Ball. Maybe not. Nope. Oh, Max Elixir. Okay. Definitely going to want to get something else bench before he played on that Max Elixir, of course. All right, so Escape Rope going into Trubbish here and passing the turn here to Nell. He's going to have to move up that Froakie as well. So Max Elixir comes down, and there's a failed Max Elixir that time. Nothing for Yveltal after hitting so many of them, too. So if Ryan would have been able to hit that Max Elixir there for Yveltal, it could have attached for turn, retreated, and started swinging going second. There's another Max Elixir, so it's not all over yet. There's another Dark Energy, perfect. So he's going to attach to Yveltal here. If he has any energy in hand, can attach it here, retreat, and knock out that Froakie in the active position, leaving him with just a lone Talonflame on the board. Fighting Fury Belt comes down on Yveltal EX, and there goes the DCE. Gonna swing for 80 here, knocking out that Froakie, leaving him with an active Talonflame. And Nell has definitely got his back against the wall here with this particular board. He's got, oh man, there goes an Enhanced Hammer and a Team Flare Grunt. All the energy that Ryan just built up on that active Yveltal EX is just gone like that. If there's any way, any hope for anything there, that is a big one. What a great combination. Team Flare Grunt and Enhanced Hammer. What a play. All right, so we have an end come down here. Going to draw 6 and 5. After he passed the turn, of course, back to Ryan after playing that Team Flare Grunt. That's all he could do with that hand, really. All right, Ryan trying to find that Garb. Got 2 Trubbish down now with Floatstone. So either way, he has the ability to set up Garb, even with a Lysander now. He just needs to get into it, that's all. So attach a DCE here to the Yveltal EX, pass the turn over to Nell. Nell's going to draw into a Water Energy, which is great for Talonflame. Looks like he could use some cards in his hand here with that attack. First, we're going to play down that Froakie onto the bench, though. So an Ultra Ball away an N and what looks to be a VS Seeker there. Comes another Froakie.
Can I have the card fight judges to the stage, please?
All right, there goes the energy there onto Talonflame, as well as a Bursting Balloon. He's going to play a VS Seeker here for what appears to be an N somewhere in his discard pile. He just tossed it out there with that Ultra Ball. So again, going to punish Ryan there for attacking that Talon Flame if he chooses to do so next turn with another energy attachment. All right, Enhanced Hammer on that Yveltal. There goes that energy as well. That's 2 Enhanced Hammers now, and a Team Flare Grunt played against Ryan. Really, the energy denial in this turn, in this particular match, is quite remarkable. Yveltal's really going to struggle to come back from that if Nell's able to start setting up Greninja. All he's got to do is set up his Greninja before Ryan gets into his Garb. Alright, so Nell has gone ahead and attacked the Yveltal EX here. Looks like he's got his 2 cards that he was looking for. 40 damage to Yveltal EX. Now Ryan has to decide what he's going to do from here. He's got some energy in hand, but he's not going to get enough to be able to attack this turn without Max Elixir onto something onto the bench. So he's going to throw a Darkness Energy and a Double Colorless Energy away here. He's now got 3 DCEs in the discard pile, as well as at least 2 Dark Energy. So he's going to go for a Shaman here. Really digging for that Garb. That's, like I said before, that is definitely the biggest win condition here for him. Got to get that Garb Odor. Hasn't seen it yet. Might get it here off of this Shaman. Alright, going to attach to the active Yveltal, benching a Yveltal, benching a Shaman for 5. 1, 2, 3. There's the Garb in his hand. That's what he was looking for, without a doubt. Alright, so Ryan's going to go ahead and evolve into Garb Odor here. No abilities for Greninja at all, so even if Nell is able to set it up, he's in trouble here without Lysander. And again, Lysander in that Garb, it's going to take a 2-shot to take that thing out of play. So again, Nell's in a bit of trouble here, but Ryan is definitely short on energy. So it'll be interesting to see how both players work around these particular obstacles.
Anything for all now? Once you get started. There's no professionals here, besides me.
All right, so Ryan has played an end down here. Both players shuffling up their hands. Going to draw 6 and 5 once again. All right, so it looks like Ryan has drawn into a couple of parallel cities. There's a Double Colorless Energy, a Darkness Energy. Thinking about playing that parallel down. He's going to throw away that Shaman for himself. So now he's got an Yveltal EX on the bench as well as 2 Garbs. And there goes the Bursting Balloon that as he passes here over to Nell. Die Ball comes down looking for Frogadier to evolve that Froakie. Just taking a quick look to make sure he's got what he needs in his deck. And we'll take that Frogadier. All right, Via Seeker comes down for Team Flare Grunt. Once again, denying Ryan of the energy. And as he hits for 40 damage, searches for 2 cards. Official time is being kept by the judge over there, just so you guys are aware. Our counter is not the official counter. So once the judge realizes time is up, it'll go to time plus 0 plus 3 turns. All right, so we see Ryan attach a darkness energy here. Lysandering up the Froakie. And a pass. So Nell evolves into Greninja on the bench. Does he have a Frogadier for that Froakie? Looks like he's going to attach for turn here. There goes the Frogadier.
We would like to make an announcement that buying and selling cards is only allowed to authorized vendors.
All right, there goes a Lysander here for the other Yveltal EX. Talonflame hits for 40 damage. Gonna search for 2 more cards out of his deck. Looks like he's a little energy deprived at the moment. Looks like he grabs a max potion there. And it looks like he grabbed a silent lab as well. Alright, so Ryan attaches a double colorless energy to his active Yveltal, Sycamore away, a Parallel City, and a Lysander. Alright, so Silent Lab comes down, going to counter that Parallel City. So no Shamans for Ryan in this case. Obviously, Silent Lab is not going to stop Garbodor's ability, that's one thing for sure. With Silent Lab only affecting basic Pokemon. Alright, Ryan's going to attach a Darkness Energy to that Yveltal EX. Pokemon Center Lady takes off 60 damage, leaving him with 60. And he's going to hit that Greninja Break there for 80 damage. Looks like he's got enough energy in hand to start at least attacking, but again, with Garb's ability active, Greninja Break being shut down, it's a tough barrier to overcome. Nell's taking a quick look through Ryan's discard pile, seeing what he's gotten rid of here as far as resources go. Looks like Splash Energy is going to come down on Greninja Break. And there goes another Ace Trainer, putting Ryan down to 3 cards in hand, and Nell up to 6. Now, if Ryan does knock out that Greninja, all of those Greninja line Pokemon do come back into Nell's hand to reuse with Splash Energy, as long as he doesn't enhance Hammer It Away as he did in the previous game. Nell takes his 6th card here. Ryan's got his 3. See a Dive Ball. Looking for another probably Greninja Break here. Yep, there it goes. Down onto the bench. There's a Bursting Balloon on Greninja Break. And he decides to Moonlight Slash for 60. Doesn't want to pick up that Splash Energy, of course, because if he does take the knockout, he's going to want those cards back into his hand once again. All right, so there comes a max elixir. Already has hit that dark energy, but it's smart, of course, to take a look at the top few cards of the deck anyways, and attaches it to his bench, the Yveltal EX. Now he has 2 powered up Yveltal EXs ready to take on those Greninja breaks. Two Garbs as well. Definitely a tough position for Nell. See another Dark Energy come down. Now he has both of them powered up with 3 energy. Y Cyclone. No, he's going to retreat. Okay, thought he was going to head for Y Cyclone here. Retreats into the lesser damaged Yveltal EX with the Fighting Fury Belt, and he is going to take the knockout here on that Greninja break. Bursting Balloon's going to put 60 damage, so he's up to 140 damage on that. Alright, so no bunches of Froakie here from his hand earlier. Trying to build up yet another Greninja break. Now plays a Super Rod here, going to search his deck, try to put some stuff back in. He takes 1 Water Energy and a Froakie. And a Talonflame. Obviously, you have a Super Rod. Your discard pile is common knowledge, so if you have more than that, more than what you put back in, then you're definitely going to make sure to get that back in there. So Talonflame is not a necessity to put back into the deck, but because it's there, he has to put it back in anyways, and he plays down an N as well. So Ryan takes his 4 cards here to Nell's 6. Still hasn't taken a prize yet. That Froakie was put down this turn. I think he's just confirmed, making sure that that's what he put down. And he goes ahead and attacks with Talonflame for 40 damage. Searches his deck for 2 more cards, puts them into his hand. So Ryan's got himself a Trainer's Mail in hand. After he cuts his deck here, looks like he's going to play that. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck, search for something there. I see an Ultra Ball, Professor Sycamore, and another Professor Sycamore. With a couple of VS Seekers in hand as well. Going to probably take that Ultra Ball. Yep, there it comes. So there's the Ultra Ball. Alright, looks like they've decided to end the match here. I believe Nell may have conceded to Ryan. Not much really he can do there. All right, actually what it looks like there was a draw, so there is a tie